want to be the best, simple and plain.
There's a choice that we have to make as people, as individuals. If you want to be great at something, there's a choice that you have to make. We all can be masters at our craft, but you have to make inherent sacrifices that come along with that.
You know, people don't really understand how obsessed I am with winning. It's not, I don't care about anything else on the basketball court but winning.
What separates good from great and great from legendary isn't discipline, it's obsession. Obsession is the force that makes someone practice when everyone else is asleep. It's what makes them dive deeper than anyone else is willing to go, to commit in a way that seems irrational to the outside world. Obsession is uncomfortable, it's all-consuming, and it often looks like madness. But history shows us, again and again, that obsession is the fuel behind every story of greatness. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up to the gym, studying for the exam, writing the daily page. Obsession goes further. Obsession doesn't ask, do I feel like it? Obsession doesn't ask, what's the minimum I need to do? Obsession consumes you. It becomes the lens through which you see the world. Most people stop at discipline because it is sustainable. Obsession, on the other hand, looks unsustainable. It sacrifices balance. It often means neglecting other areas of life. But it's obsession that creates breakthroughs, that produces the work people call genius, that rewrites what's possible. Few athletes embodied obsession more than Kobe Bryant. His Mamba mentality was not about talent, it was about obsession with improvement. He was famous for practicing in empty gyms long before his teammates arrived, shooting hundreds of shots before sunrise. He would watch game tapes for hours, not just of himself, but of his opponents, studying the smallest details. Teammates told stories of Bryant asking trainers to arrive at the gym at 4 a.m. and then outworking everyone until night. After one practice, he made a promise to himself. He would not leave until he made 400 shots. If he missed, he restarted the count. This wasn't discipline, it was obsession. His obsession wasn't always healthy. It was exhausting. It consumed him. But it also turned him into one of the greatest basketball players of all time. The same obsession shows up in art. Pablo Picasso produced an estimated 50,000 works in his lifetime. Paintings, sketches, ceramics, sculptures. To most people, that's an unimaginable output. But for Picasso, creation was an obsession. He wasn't concerned with perfection in each piece. He was consumed by the act of creating, of exploring, of pushing boundaries. This relentless obsession made him not just prolific, but revolutionary. He changed the trajectory of modern art because he didn't stop at discipline. He gave himself completely to his craft. In business, Elon Musk is another example.
Yes! This is what victory feels like. Yeah!
His obsession with his companies is so intense that he's been known to sleep on factory floors at Tesla, working alongside engineers to fix problems in real time. He doesn't just manage, he immerses himself fully in the details, often to a fault. Critics call him reckless, unstable, or extreme. But it is precisely this obsession that pushed SpaceX to land rockets when the industry said it was impossible, and that pushed Tesla to redefine what cars could be. Obsession gave him the edge to attempt what others dismissed as fantasy. Why does obsession work? Psychologists would say obsession creates something called deep immersion. When you are obsessed, your brain isn't just practicing, it's rewiring. The hours you put in compound because your mind stays engaged long after you've stopped working. You dream about it. You think about it in the shower. You wake up with new ideas. This intensity accelerates growth in a way ordinary practice doesn't. Discipline might give you 10,000 hours over a lifetime. Obsession condenses those 10,000 hours into a fraction of the time. It's not just quantity, it's depth. Of course, obsession comes with risk. Burnout, tunnel vision, strained relationships. But history suggests that obsession, when harnessed, is what pushes boundaries. It's the reason some people leap ahead while others plateau. Look at Thomas Edison. He held over 1,000 patents, and he wasn't known for moderation. He worked tirelessly in his labs, sometimes sleeping only a few hours a night. When he was developing the electric light bulb, he and his team tested over 6,000 different filaments. Most people would have given up. Edison's obsession wouldn't let him. When asked about his countless failures, he said he hadn't failed. He had found thousands of ways that didn't work. Or take Marie Curie, whose obsession with her research on radioactivity consumed her life. She spent endless hours in the lab, often under dangerous conditions, refining her experiments. Her obsession led her to become the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, and the only person to win in 2 different sciences. These weren't acts of simple discipline. They were acts of obsession that drove them to push further than reason would normally allow. There's a reason people sometimes describe obsession as madness. To outsiders, it often looks irrational. Why would Kobe wake up at 3 a.m. to shoot? Why would Edison test thousands of failed filaments? Why would an author lock themselves away for years with no guarantee anyone would ever read their work? Obsession often defies logic, but so does greatness. The line between madness and genius is thin, and obsession is often what walks that line. Discipline is ordinary. Most people can muster it, at least for a while. Obsession is extraordinary. Few are willing to embrace it because it costs too much. It asks for sacrifice, for discomfort, for a willingness to look unreasonable. But it is also what creates the extraordinary. When you study the lives of those we call great, athletes, artists, scientists, entrepreneurs, you see the same pattern. Their greatness didn't come from balance or moderation. It came from obsession. The lesson isn't that you should abandon everything and dive recklessly into obsession. The lesson is that if you truly want to be exceptional at something, discipline alone won't be enough. You need obsession. You need to care so deeply that other people don't understand. You need to be willing to look foolish, irrational, even extreme, in the pursuit of mastery. Ask yourself, what is the thing you could give yourself to so completely that it would stop being work and start being your oxygen? What is the thing that you would think about even when you're supposed to be relaxing? That is the spark of obsession, and if you follow it, it can change everything. Discipline can make you good. Obsession can make you unforgettable. Discipline builds habits. Obsession rewrites history. Every great story of achievement, from Kobe Bryant's 4 a.m. workouts, to Picasso's thousands of creations, to Edison's relentless experiments, proves the same truth. Ordinary discipline achieves a lot, but obsession creates legends. So the question is not whether you have the discipline to work hard. The question is whether you have the courage to be obsessed. If you've enjoyed this video, then you'll definitely enjoy the video showing on your screen right now. Click now, and we'll see you in the next one.